Hey everyone, good morning. I am coming to you with some rock and roll yobility today. So today we are going to be rocking and rolling, especially rolling, my favorite rolls. I feel like this is the easiest and greatest way to integrate that shoulder to hip core connection. So always talking about, you'll hear people talking about the core, you gotta work the core, things like that. And your core really runs from here down to your hips, okay? So anything in there. And you have this cross body connection. That's how we do things like walk or run or swim or anything that's contralateral, which is for most of us, most of our activity during the day because we walk around wherever, our offices, our homes, wherever we need to go. And so that's really, really great way is rolling. Rolling's a really great way to integrate that hip to shoulder, opposite shoulder, hip to opposite shoulder, shoulder to opposite hip, cross connection. So I'm going to show you some rolls today. This is definitely something that you probably want to do at home because you're going to like roll around on the floor, so you need a little bit of space. If for any reason any of these look confusing or you don't understand something, feel free to hit me up. And if anything, of course, doesn't feel good, again, also feel free to hit me up. So we are going to start with some rocks, and we call these rocking chair rocks. And you're going to go ahead and sit, grab right behind your knees, and you are going to tilt your head back and rock backwards. Bring your head up, rock forward. So always driving, eyes follow the head, head drives the body. So rocking back, forward, we're going to do 5. See if you can engage your core on the way back up, okay? And it feels good. It's a nice, just kind of massage of your back. We are going to lay back down on the ground. We're going to do some windshield wiper rocks. So you're going to have hands out at your side. You can drop. You're going to drop your knees to one side, okay, until you feel like you can't pull them up anymore. Use your core, cross body, pull the knees up to the middle. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come to the middle. Use your hands to stabilize you. We're going to make this one slightly harder. If you want, you can extend that top leg, bring it in, come on out. Extend the top leg, use that core to bring it in, and bring it back to center. You can stay with just the bent knees, that is totally fine. Also getting some stretch through your lower back. We're gonna do one more to each side, just regular. I like it. I'm kind of rolling out my back as I do it. And also actively engaging my core. So again, remember, mobility can also be about kind of releasing some of those tissues. I find that the rocking chair rocks do that on my back. And then when I add these ones in as well, it feels really, really good, okay? So a gentle ab exercise. This isn't meant to be like an ab exercise. Okay, so we're gonna move on to some rolls on the floor. We are gonna start with, the main thing to remember is that we're gonna start with just arms or just legs, okay? And what you really wanna think about is, if I'm moving my arm and I'm trying to flip from my stomach onto my back, I'm driving with the back, right? I'm driving this opposite shoulder, or this shoulder to the opposite hip. Drive, drive, drive using only that arm. So I'm going to make it purposely hard on myself. I can cheat, but I don't want to cheat. I want to own the movement, okay? So first things we're going to start off with, oh gosh, I hope you can see me. I'm just extended in a swimming position like this. Actually, let's go this way. Okay, and I am going to roll towards the camera with just an arm roll. So I'm not using my lower body. I'm just driving. My head is following my hand. And I'm flopping onto the ground, and now you can't see me. Here I am. All right, I'm going to drive back by using that same hand across my body, lift up my head, drive, shoulder to opposite hip, flop back down. Okay? Same thing. Looking over my shoulder, drive. Back here. Okay? Back up. Head's looking at my hand, extending out. I'm going to do 2 rolls that way. I'm going to do 2 rolls the other way. So, looking back over my shoulder, you may find one way is harder than the other. I just knocked something over. Okay? I'm going to lift up my head, follow my eyes, follow my hand. Drive, roll over. So when I'm driving, when I'm saying drive, I'm driving that shoulder towards that opposite hip. Here, looking, flop over, lift up my head, here's my hand, looking. Okay, 2 on each side, right? So, that's an arm roll. Arm rolls are a little bit harder than leg rolls, but leg rolls is what we're going to do next. So, we're going to, let me pull up my pants here, lift up that one leg, okay, again, not using my arms are just out in front of me, lift up my leg, start driving that hip to the opposite shoulder, instead of the shoulder to the hip, I'm driving the hip to the shoulder, and back behind me. And like I said, you may find this a whole lot easier than the arm rolls, so that's okay. Then I'm going to cross this across my body, right? And the rest of my body is just like dead weight. Okay, one more time this direction. Roll out onto my back. Lift up, cross my body. All right, then go the same the other way. Same thing, this hip driving up to this shoulder. And I'm really not even doing much with my eyes. Whew. Oh, this feels really good. I already worked out today, so I'm a little bit, I can already feel the soreness, so actually kind of moving my body and rolling it against the ground is actually making it feel really good. Having a little bit of myofascial release, I guess. I don't know about that, but, you know, ask your massage therapist. Okay, so we did some leg rolls, we did some arm rolls. You may say, Susan, that doesn't seem very hard, and that's okay, because we're just doing Yobility. If you do want to make something a little bit harder with the rolls, we're going to do one more roll. It's called an elevated roll, so that's like if you don't want to get down on the ground. You can do elevated arm rolls or leg rolls. Okay, so I'm kind of in a modified plank. I got my butt up in the air more like a downward dog than I do just in a straight plank. But I'm going to kick that leg over. Right? You ever seen that in yoga? Then I'm going to just drive this arm down here. It doesn't have to be pretty like you do it in yoga and it's like, woo, it's so pretty. Okay? Just more about driving that leg up towards that opposite hip. Opening up. Bringing this arm back. Right? If you struggle at any point, breathe into it. Just let yourself struggle. It's okay. Keep thinking about that cross-body connection. And that is your rock and roll Yobility for today.